Hello, welcome to another edition of Sense and Nonsense. My name is P Tharyan and you're watching the Motown India channel. Of late, there has been a lot of discussions on safety belt following the unfortunate death of Mr. Cyrus Mistry, a leading industrialist and former chairman of Tata Sons, in a road accident. He was being driven in a Mercedes GLC SUV, and according to reports, he was not wearing his seat belts. He, along with another gentleman who was sitting at the back, were not wearing the seat belts, and both of them died in the road accident. Absolutely unfortunate, and today everybody is talking about safety belts and how important it is to engage your safety belts when you're being driven in a car. Just a few weeks back, the Times of India had a huge report on road accidents and deaths in road accidents. Around 1.56 lakh people died in road accidents in 2021, the highest in a calendar year. No one bothered to talk about road safety at that point of time. And neither did any CEO of any Indian company take a pledge that they would be driving safe or would be wearing a safety belt. Nah. It never happened. Because Mr. Cyrus Mistry is a very important person, I agree, everybody responded to safety. But every year, the National Crime Record Bureau publishes a report on the number of people who have died in road accidents. Not a single auto journalist responds to that report. Neither does any CEO of any Indian company respond to that. Neither do auto companies respond to that. The reason being that in India, we care a damn for safety. Absolutely right. If an auto journalist were to talk about road safety, I would say that's slightly exaggerated, because in India as well as abroad, all auto journalists love to drive their vehicles fast and super fast. All they can talk about is acceleration, handling, speed, and very few talk about safety. Now, coming back to safety, it's not just the safety belt. There's a whole gamut of safety features, safety mentality, and safety as part of your everyday life that needs to be looked into. How many of us slow down our cars when we see a speed camera up ahead of us? Many of us do it. I find the entire lot of cars and vehicles on four wheels slowing down to around 30, 40, 45. And the moment we clear the speed camera, we zip. It's back to 60, 70, 80, when the prescribed speed limit of the road is perhaps 50. That's the way we are built. We love to cheat. We love to cheat on the law. We love to cheat when it comes to safety. And that's in our blood. We can't help it. How many of us have seen men and women sit in front next to the driver with the kids in their laps? Are they bothered? And they seem all very educated. At Motown India, we have run a couple of videos in the past wherein we talk about car safety, where we talk about seat belts, we talk about airbags, but unfortunately, the videos have really not got any traction because in India, nobody gives a damn to safety. As I mentioned earlier, everybody loves. Well, coming back to safety, we need to discuss a whole gamut of things. Do you know that speed limits on Indian roads, it could be the road just within your locality or within your colony, the speeds are 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and the max speed is around 120 kilometers per hour on some of the highways in India. So I have a question for all car manufacturers and bike manufacturers. Why do you make a vehicle that drives at 250 and 300? Or even more than 300. को तुक बैठता है, मुझे तो समझ नहीं आ रहा भाई. Why do they make such powerful vehicles when the speed limit is just about 120? I can understand making a car with a max speed of 150 because the auto journalist loves driving fast. He's always talking about speed. Today, most of the cars come with a whole gamut of safety features, whether it is pertaining to the parts within the car, for example, anti-lock braking system, brake distribution force, electronic stability control, traction control, blah, 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 blah. There are a zillion safety features in a modern car. Then why do BMWs and Mercedes cars today crash in India and people die in it? The reason is simple, because they drive like lunatics. When the speed limit is 120 or 100, they're driving at 140. When the speed limit is 50, they're driving at 70. When the speed limit is 70, they're driving at 90. So that's the way we are built. And we don't follow lanes. Then we don't follow traffic norms. We don't follow norms at all. Many of the time, we even do not like to stop before the zebra crossing, before the stop line. We don't like it. हम लोग ज़बरदस्ती गाड़ी आगे ले जाते हैं. Zebra crossing के भी आगे निकाल लेते हैं. We love to go ahead. We don't care a damn. And we love honking. Even if I follow the rules of the land, there will be one joker at the back honking away. हट जा भाई, ओए बुढ़ाओ, ओए अंकल, ओए साइड दे भाई. You know, and I say, what do I do with you? You're joker number one. So that's the way we are built, safety. We don't give a damn. Today it is mandatory for all cars to have two airbags in front, one for the driver and one for the co-passenger. Higher end variants today come with a lot more airbags. There can be airbags, curtain airbags, there can be knee airbags. There are a lot of, maybe cars sometimes come with 7 to 8 airbags all over. So even if the car were to roll, and you can be safe. But rule number one when it comes to safety is you need to wear your safety belt. It's like when you go out for a walk, you need to wear your track pants. You can't be walking out naked from your house for a walk. You have to wear your trousers and your shirt. That's exactly with the safety belt. You need to wear your safety belt for everything else in the car to function. Now, many a times in the front, the safety airbags don't kick in if your safety belt is not in place. So if you crash a car, those safety airbags may not be deployed. So many of the cars have this feature wherein these don't get deployed unless you wear your safety belt. But for rear passengers, for the curtain airbags to be deployed, it just happens when the car crashes and the sensors sense it. So the important point here is safety belt. And when it comes to the real facts, unfortunately, more than 80 to 90% of people do not wear a seat belt at the back. That means the rear seats. It's just not a habit with them. And when it comes to front, have you seen a lot of guys doing a lot of jugaad where they put the safety belt, buckle it in, and the moment they see a cop, they bring it up like that. The reason being, the moment the safety belt is in place, the little beep out there or the little icon out there on the instrument cluster stops showing and the beep stops. The warning beeps are there today only for the front seat belts. But very soon, Mr. Nitin Gadkari, the Minister for Road Transport and Highways, has mentioned that there will be these alarms for the rear seats too. So if a person in the rear seat does not wear a seat belt, it's going to start beeping. But in India, उसका भी एक जुगाड़ है. बीप रोकने का भी एक जुगाड़ है. Amazon में ऐसे डिवाइस आ जाते हैं कि wherein आप बीप रोक सकते हो. I mean, we are a bunch of jugaadus. We can do a lot of jugaad for anything to circumvent the law, to make sure that you do not follow the safety norms. We have a jugaad. But the unfortunate death of Cyrus Mistry should be a lesson for all of us that we need to adhere to the rules of the land. First and foremost, Mr. Gadkari, I have a question for you since you are the Road Transport Minister. Question number one. Why do car manufacturers and bike manufacturers make vehicles that have insane speeds? Yes, why a 200, why a 250, Why a 230? Why a 300? It's not that I'm against speed. I love speed. But there is an area where you can speed, and that area is known as the racetrack. If it's in a controlled environment, it makes a lot of sense. You zip at 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. Nobody cares a damn. But if you want to do that on our normal roads, you are not only endangering yourself, but you are endangering the society around you, the people around you. Trust me, Indian roads are not like autobahns of Germany. Germany का population इतना है, इंग्लैंड का पॉपुलेशन इतना है, अमेरिका का पॉपुलेशन इतना है, इंडिया का पॉपुलेशन इतना है, इतने लोग हैं सड़क पे, जे वॉकर्स. ऑन टॉप ऑफ दैट इतने सारे स्ट्रे एनिमल्स भी हैं, cows are there, dogs are there. So you have to be careful. In India, we cannot speed up. If you want to speed up, please do it on the racetrack. And my question to Mr. Gadkari is, why can't we have these high-speed vehicles meant for the track? Why are you making them road legal? I'm very surprised. Can any journalist out there question me? They'll say, "Arey yaar, Baba, kya bol rahe ho yaar? Hame to speed pasand hai." Are you on a racetrack? Think carefully. A lot of people are dying, not just in their two-wheelers, but even in their BMWs and Mercedes and Audis. Not because these vehicles are bad, because you're not following the rules of the land. You're not buckling up, you're not wearing a safety belt. And an equally important point I want to make is, when there is a road accident, please do not pick up the victim in order to help him. I think we as Indians, and this is another suggestion for Mr. Gadkari, we as Indians should be trained how to handle a road accident victim. The reason is simple. Many years back, my close friend Salil Sharma met with a very freak accident when he was going on a motorcycle. He braked his Royal Enfield motorcycle, fell off the bike and hit his neck on the pavement. And like good Samaritans, a lot of people helped him, put him up in an auto rickshaw and sent him to a hospital. But when they did so, injury which was there on his neck, that got worse. The spinal cord cracked further, severing all the nerves out there. Many decades he lived a life of a paraplegic. He was paralyzed below the neck. Unfortunately, he died recently. And I'm telling all of you, when it comes to helping a road victim, if you're not a trained paramedic, please be careful. Instead of helping him or her, you may just be spoiling his or her life. So be careful. So rule number 1, belt up, which is very important. Rule number 2, drive within speed limits. We have some beautiful highways in India, but the speed limit is 120. And anything more than that is virtually impossible to handle. And today, life is not about speed, rather it's about safety. We are 1.3 billion people in India, and many of them are on the road either in a car, on a truck, in a three-wheeler, in a jugaad vehicle, on a cycle, on a two-wheeler, on a rickshaw, on a bullock cart. So you have to make sure that not only you are safe, but they too are safe. Till the next time, ciao.
Tahu jadi kalau tadi ada lagi sih.